Why did nation-states emerge in medieval Europe? Imagine a time when Europe was a patchwork of tiny kingdoms, city-states, and feudal territories. It was a period of constant change and upheaval. Now, picture how these small pieces slowly started to come together into larger, more organized nations. This shift didn't happen overnight. It was a gradual process driven by many factors that shaped the end of an era and the rise of new political structures. Back in the early medieval period, Europe was divided into many small areas ruled by local lords. These lords had their own armies, laws, and customs, which made the region very fragmented. Over time, kings and queens began to take steps to bring these pieces under their control. They fought wars, made alliances, and used diplomacy to weaken the power of local nobles. This effort to unify territories was a key step toward forming nation-states. As monarchs gained more control, they also expanded their authority through internal reforms. They created bureaucracies to manage taxes and laws, built standing armies to defend their lands, and established legal systems that everyone had to follow. These changes made their rule more organized and predictable, helping to solidify their power across larger areas. Economic growth played a big role too. As farming improved and populations grew, there was more food and wealth. Kings and queens could collect more taxes, which allowed them to pay for armies and officials. This financial strength was essential for maintaining control over bigger territories and for defending against enemies. During this time, a shared sense of identity began to develop among people. Monarchs promoted common languages, cultures, and histories to create loyalty. Instead of feeling tied to local lords, many started to see themselves as part of a larger community under their king or queen. This feeling of belonging helped bind people to their emerging nations. The church was also influential. The medieval Catholic Church was a powerful institution that provided structure, laws, and moral authority. Kings often worked with the church to legitimize their rule. Sometimes they even used religious ideas to unite their people and justify their authority. Wars and conflicts between emerging powers pushed rulers to centralize their control. Success in battles depended on well-organized armies and the ability to raise taxes quickly. These wars made monarchs realize that stronger, centralized governments could better defend their lands and interests. Institutions like parliaments, universities, and written laws also helped shape the new political landscape. These structures clarified the relationship between rulers and their subjects and laid the groundwork for modern governments. Even though the idea of a fully sovereign nation-state would take more time to develop, these early steps set the stage. Finally, treaties like the Peace of Westphalia in the 17th century officially recognized the sovereignty of states. But long before that, during the medieval period, rulers had already begun to control specific territories and establish the foundations of modern nation-states. So, the emergence of nation-states in medieval Europe was a slow but steady process. It was driven by the desire for stronger political control, economic growth, cultural unity, and institutional development. This transformation marked the end of a time when power was scattered among many local lords and the beginning of a new era where states defined themselves by territory and shared identity.